We're in the second part of Exodus chapter 3. Such an important, such an influential, such a pivotal chapter. So the Jews are out of Egypt. The Jews are out of the promised land when Exodus opens. You get the whole story about the Pharaoh ordering the death of all the young boys. Moses is kept alive by his mom and sister and others. Moses has a falling out with his Egyptian overlords. He has to flee. He goes to Midian. He marries. He spends the next 40 years in the desert taking care of the sheep. God shows up to him in the form of a burning bush. That was last week. And I said, look, you have to figure out if you would be able to hear God's voice. Are you living in submission to the Spirit of God so you would know when to turn away? Do you have enough quiet in your life that you could actually hear God speak to you? And would you take on a difficult challenge if asked? Today, we pick up there and we notice the first of Moses' objections is followed by a second. So the first thing Moses says is, I'm not qualified. Who am I? Why me? And God's response is to say, not about you, it's about me. I will be with you. And so then Moses asks God, well, who are you? What is your name? If I go to the Israelites and say, the God of your fathers has come to me and told me that I'm supposed to lead you out of Egypt and into the promised land, they're going to say, what is his name? So what is your name? And I said, name is sort of code for what do you like? The Jews have apparently fallen away from any kind of understanding of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And so they need, they're asking, what is God like? And God then reveals a big part of who he is by giving his covenant name. His name, not titles. Titles have been used mostly in the past, and so we get this, the name, covenant name of God, Yahweh, which translates, I am who I am, I will be who I will be. And then I developed this idea that God is making it very clear that he is God and he is going to define reality. He is going to be in charge. He is not going to be boxed in. He's not going to be manipulated by the people. I am God and you are not, and you will follow. And I said, look, you got options in terms of what you believe, and there's, the big four right now that rival Christianity, I would say, would be Buddhism from the East, Islam from Africa, Middle East, secularism from Western Europe, and then Shilaism, this cafeteria religion that is so common today. And the cafeteriaism is what I see as the biggest sort of challenge to most of the people that I know. And this revelation by God of himself, of his character, of his name in Exodus chapter 3 shoots down Shilaism right away. It is a dagger in the heart of Shilaism. It says, you don't get to pick and choose. Like, I'm not changing. I'm not adapting. I don't do your view of reality. Right? I am God. I define reality. I define truth. Deal with it. And it's a big shot across the bow, but it's one we need to hear. So, yes, Exodus, the last part of chapter 3, powerful stuff. Have a good study.